I did not have the best day today. I don't know about any of you watching. My day was not great. So for starters, I had to go into the city for a doctor's appointment, and I was on my way home, and I take the path, and a guy was following me, right? You might be saying, you're just overreacting, Allie. You're overreacting. He wasn't following you. He most certainly was following me. I get onto the one car of the PATH train. He was sketchy looking, and I try not to judge people by their appearance or what they look like, but he was sketchy looking and like eyeing me up and down. I was like, okay, this is weird. So I was judging him on his behavior, not what he looked like at all. And he made me uncomfortable. And as a woman, you know, when you get that feeling deep inside, you're like, all right, I'm just going to switch train cars, right? So I switched to the next train car and he follows me onto the next train car. And I'm like, ooh, now I'm kind of skeeved. So I'm like, what do I do? So I go back to my original train car, and a girl who was actually in the other train car follows me, and she sits down and she takes out her AirPods and she's like, I saw like how uncomfortable you looked, and that guy was giving me weird vibes too. So we actually both sat next to each other because we were both mutually terrified, and we rode the path back to Hoboken. But that was a little bit scary. So I got back here and I had to actually deal with a fraud issue. So I had this guy who said he was going to edit my podcast, and essentially he scammed me out of $200. I know that might not seem like a lot of money to some of you out there, but I run my own dog walking business and I work really hard for my money. So $200 is a lot to me, and I have put a lot of time into my business, a lot of time with like my clients, and that really felt like a slap in the face. And it's tough when you're starting something new and you don't know a lot about editing. Like, I don't know a lot about editing. I don't know a ton about podcast equipment. I'm doing my best, right? I bought this camera off like eBay. I bought this off Amazon. I'm just trying my best. I bought my lights off Facebook Marketplace. It's not easy to start a podcast and get all the equipment and then decide what you want to talk about. So it was really tough to get scammed. It is what it is. My bank's handling it. But again, that sucked, right? So that all happened. And then I was doing laundry and I got detergent in my hair. I was like, okay, then it's going to be one of those days. Okay. So I have this saying, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So I felt like crying, obviously. And I just started laughing. I was like, you can't make it up. Like, you can't make this shit up. Like, what goes on? Hey, at least I'm not Verizon, right? I don't know how many of you out there were personally victimized by the Verizon outage. I feel like it's like the movie Mean Girls, where they all raised their hands when they were personally victimized by Regina George. I was not victimized by the Verizon outage, but my mom and brother were, and I couldn't get in contact with them like all day. So I actually have T-Mobile. I don't know how many of you saw T-Mobile's response to the Verizon outage, but it was nothing short of savage. So I want to read it on here. So T-Mobile poked fun at the Verizon outage. T-Mobile's network is keeping our customers connected, and we've confirmed that our network is operating normally and as expected. Like, come on. And then they go, however, due to Verizon's reported outage, our customers may not be able to reach someone with Verizon service at this time. Mic drop. Mic drop. I did not think T-Mobile was going to go shade Verizon like that. Like, that's wild. That's wild. They really shaded Verizon like that. I mean, hey, great marketing technique. 10 out of 10. Execution, too. 10 out of 10. They put it on Twitter, too, which is like the perfect site, social media platform to sub somebody like that. Incredible. I mean, just 10 out of 10 work. But with the warmer weather coming up, I have a trip to Florida planned, and I want to tell you guys a story of the last time I was in Miami, not the time I was with my loser ex-boyfriend. This time was a lot more fun. I had the opportunity to party with the Jets. You may be wondering, how did this all come about? How did she have this opportunity to party with the Jets? Let's get into it. I went with my friend Juliana. This was in 2024. We were super excited to go. We stayed at a hotel. During the day, we decided to go to Strawberry Moon, which is like a popular pool party. A promoter had invited us that I knew from Instagram because I had gone down to Miami a ton of times before. So we go to Strawberry Moon. We're having so much fun. We're taking pictures. We're walking all around. And then suddenly, Mr. Beltbag Man shows up. Now, Mr. Beltbag Man is my ex who stole my Lululemon belt bag and wore it to Ultra with another girl, okay? And who was he there with? Oh my God, the other girl who he cheated on me with. Like, I can't. This girl, I just can't with her. I can't with her and I can't with him because she knew who I was, which I can't. I can't with her at all. Whatever, so they're there and I'm just like laughing at them. Like I'm literally laughing in their faces because I'm like, you guys are losers. And I'm talking to my friend Juliana. I'm like, yeah, they're here. We're just kind of like rolling our eyes. So this one guy promoter kind of sees us like, you know, gossiping and like rolling our eyes. And he's like, hey, like, what's the tea? So I tell him the whole story. I'm like, yeah, he stole my belt bag. He wore it to Ultra with this girl, hard launched her on Instagram like 2 weeks after I left Miami. He is like jaw dropped. Mind you, this is a Miami promoter. I am sure this man has seen some shit before. His jaw was on the ground. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's insane. So he kind of like turns to me and he's like, so what are you doing tonight? I'm like, well, we didn't really have any set plans. Like we were just, you know, going to go clubbing. Not really sure exactly where. He goes, how would you like to come to a pregame and go out with some Jets players? I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, do you want to, you know, party with the Jets? I'm like, me? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, us? You want us to come party with the Jets? He's like, yeah. So I was like, what do you think, Juliana? And she's like, yeah, I'd be down. So he gives us the address. I get his number. And we were kind of like tired at that point. So Juliana and I left. We went back to our hotel. And he texted me. He texted me this address. And it's in the design district of Miami, which is a very nice area of Miami. So I look at Juliana. I'm like, well, what do you think we should do? Should we go? And she's like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So we pull up. This is like a beautiful apartment complex. I have never to this day seen anything like this. Beautiful, like pristine. Everything was like white marble. Me and Juliana are looking around. We're like, where the hell did we just step into? We're looking all around. Like we're like, oh my God. So we go up to the front desk and there's a security guard. He's like, oh, like, where are you going? So I call this promoter. I'm like, hey, like, what apartment is it? Like, where is it? He tells me what apartment. We go up. This apartment is beautiful. It's huge. There's like white marble everywhere. I'm like, wow, where did we just step into? So we walk in and there's a promoter. Obviously, I know. I shake his hand. We're like talking. And there's these 3 girls from Boston there. So I'm talking to them. They were all super nice. The Jets players are there. So there's one Jets player and then his brother. Turns out it's his apartment. So I meet him. I'm like, hi, it's so nice to meet you. Obviously, I act like I have no idea who he is. I knew who he was. I'm like, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Allie. He introduces himself. His brother introduces himself. Very, very nice people. Like 10 out of 10, no notes. They were amazing. Meet all the girls. We're all just like talking, pre-gaming. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm from New Jersey. They're like, I'm from Boston. We're just all like yipping and yapping, right? So his brother has this super nice camera. Like it's a sick camera. And he's like, would you like me to take pictures of you on the balcony? I'm like, of course, I would love to. Takes the most fire pictures of me. The most fire pictures of Juliana. He's like, hey, like, what's your Google Drive? Like, I'll send them to you so like the quality isn't like distorted. I give him my Google Drive. He sends us the pictures. So then we go out to the club, right? So we go out to Vendome that night and Offset was supposed to be coming on. So we go to Vendome and they hand us a bunch of dollar bills to throw. They hand us $50 of dollar bills, like a stack. And they're like, just throw this, like whatever, just throw it like you're in the club. I'm like, okay, say less. So we're like throwing the dollar bills. We're having like so much fun. I'm like, this is awesome. This is awesome. Scene straight out of a movie. I'm having the time of my life. And Offset didn't come on till like super late, but now it's like 4 a.m. and I'm just like so tired. Juliana's like, should we get McDonald's? I'm like, yeah, we should get McDonald's. So we say bye to everybody. We leave. We decide to go home. And we actually walked through the drive-thru at the McDonald's. Like, you had to drive the car, but we were just like, fuck it. And we just walked through the McDonald's and we got our McDonald's and it was lit, 10 out of 10. That was the most fun I've ever had in Miami. So it was like a bad situation seeing my ex there, but it became a amazing situation because I got to party with the Jets. Like, it was crazy. Juliana and I still talk about that to this day because it's just so insane. Like, we were just at Strawberry Moon, just doing our thing. And next thing we know, we're hanging out with Jets players. Like, what goes on? It's wild to me. So I had some of you guys write in. So now we're going to go to the Ask Allie Anything segment. And let's see what questions you guys have for me. If you're Italian, why is your last name Langan? Langan is Irish. I am both Italian and Irish. So my dad is both Italian and Irish. My last name is Irish, Langan, but I am both. Do you actually have any income from social media? Yes. Next question. Why does BlackRock buy single-family homes in the USA? Now, I am very passionate about this topic. I do not like BlackRock. I will go on record saying that. I don't like what they do with buying single-family homes and then charging so much money for people to rent it, and then people can't afford to buy a home, right? So that's wrong. That's wrong right there. It's greedy. I don't like it. Not a fan of them. I saw your TikTok about confronting your ex for cheating. First off, I'm so sorry that happened. Secondly, when was this? I remember you saying in a previous podcast that you did not have any interest in having a boyfriend. That was a very long time ago. The caption of it says, from the drafts. That was a guy that I dated for a week and I caught him cheating. He was on the apps. People sent me screenshots of it. I went to Starbucks. I had him buy me my Starbucks. And then I confronted him. So I got some free Starbucks and then I dipped. But that was from my drafts from a long time ago. Update. So I went ahead and slept with my best friend's mom. Oops. She made it hard to resist. However, now my friend found out and he wants to have a chat. My friend's mom and I are freaking out, but we have slept together multiple times since then. My friend comes back from his trip in a week and I am not sure what to do. Should I ask if he wants to join in? I don't think he'd want to join in on that. I think that would count as incest. So probably best that you shouldn't have done that to begin with because I said it was a bad idea. I don't think he's going to be interested in joining in. He is probably going to be very, very mad at you. I look forward to the next update though. What do I think about flying cars? It's funny because I feel like years ago we were all like, oh, like the year 2026, we're going to have flying cars, like all this craziness. And we're in 2026 and we have a Verizon outage, right? Like we don't have any flying cars. We have nothing. I think flying cars might be hard to do with all the airplane traffic. How would that fit in with like tower control and airplane control and air traffic control and all that stuff? Like, how would it fit in with that? That would be my question about flying cars. I think the other thing is, where would they take off from? Would there be an airport specifically for flying cars? Would they just be flying out of Newark, like you're in your flying car and next to you is like United flight, whatever? Maybe. I don't know. I think there'd be a lot of logistics there. Did it hurt when you fell from heaven, Slay Baddie? That's funny. What do you like about living in New Jersey? I love pork roll. I call it pork roll. I don't call it Taylor ham. Love my pork roll. I like that there's so much to do in New Jersey. I feel like you can go hiking up north. There's the beaches in New Jersey. We have great shopping malls in New Jersey, great concert venues in New Jersey. We have the New Jersey Devils. There are so many things to do in New Jersey and so many outdoor, indoor activities to do that it is fun year round. That's what I love the most about being in New Jersey. And there is such a pride about being from New Jersey. I discussed this in one of my podcast episodes from before, but there is such a pride around being from New Jersey. It's just such a great state. I really do love living here. I love being from here, and I'm NJ proud. Okay, that is everything on the Ask Allie segment. Let's see Ask Allie advice, what you guys asked me. What's your situation? Don't have one. How can I get a baddie girlfriend like Allie? Are you asking in general, how can you get a baddie, or how can you get me? I don't know. Eating well, staying active, being nice, respectful, putting myself out there. That's what you've tried. What outcome are you hoping for? A baddie girlfriend from New Jersey who is Catholic, who has a dad who works on Wall Street. Too specific, fine. Just looking to be a good girl, good boyfriend to a baddie. Be honest, what do you think you should do? Go to bars, even though I don't drink. How long has this been going on? 1 year. 3. Relationships. Okay. Yes, but go easy. You understand that the advice will be blunt. Eyebrows on fleek. Hey! This is definitely someone from my TikTok. So I go on TikTok live a lot, pretty much every single night. That is definitely someone from my TikTok. For me, I really do go for personality first and foremost. I do have a type, of course. I really like tall guys because I like to wear heels. I love my heels. But I really do go for personality. That's my main thing. So if you have a good personality, hit me up. Next question. What is your situation? Just got to have a long-term relationship. You're getting back into dating. You've been out of it for so long. Flirting doesn't come as natural to you anymore. You're trying to find a person. Be honest. What do you think you should do? Say fuck it and just go for it. How long has it been going on? 6 months to a year. And you're invested like 5 out of the scale. Okay. So if you want to put yourself back out there, you should make a list of what you want in somebody and activities that you like and see if those two things overlap. Usually they do. Shared activities and what you're looking for in a partner tend to overlap. So you should look for group activities you can do that in. Maybe you like reading, join a book club. Maybe you like sports, join something like the Hive in Hoboken where you can play sports with people around your age. There's so many opportunities. And there's so many Facebook groups out there for stuff like that. Facebook groups are so slept on. I joined a Facebook group for podcasting, and that's how I learned so much more about how to make this podcast better for you. I want to make this a better podcast for you. So that's how I learned to perfect my craft with podcasting. I'm also in a few different groups for like dog walking, dog sitting, things that I enjoy. So Facebook groups, my favorite thing personally. That should be all the questions. And yeah, don't be like Verizon. I'm glad everyone has their, cell phone service back. But it can't be worse than being Verizon, right? So I hope you all have a beautiful week. And please be sure to tune in for the next episode of According to Allie. Alrighty, bye guys.